Deanna with In the Zoning and Print Girl Mafia.
This is Ray Weiss with Printing United Alliance.
You're listening to the Two Regular Guys podcast.
Hosted by Terry Combs RG, Regular Guy, and Aaron Montgomery.
The place to be for industry news.
The best dad jokes on earth, along with relevant topics to apparel decorators.
Fashion to the people.
All right, welcome into the show. It is Friday, December 12th, 2025. I'm Terry Combs, and you can find me at terrycombs.com.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery with our Success Group and American Print Supply. And big week, Terry. Such a big week that you and I decided to go other places in the country to be able to celebrate the REGGIES. We've got the winners. We've got most of them with us here today. And really exciting day. I love being able to just recognize people that are working their tails off in this industry, making it a better place. And going to be a great day today, Terry.
Has become one of our most popular shows, and because the REGGIES are nominated by the industry, they're voted on by the industry, and it's a great opportunity to recognize people that you know and work with through the years. And as you said, we're not in our normal location, so I have a stack of books here. Children's books with my computer on top. I'm in my oldest grandson's bedroom, Henry, and in Rockwall, Texas. We're going to be celebrating. All my kids are coming in, and all my grandkids are coming in this weekend, and we're celebrating Christmas here in Texas. So Henry graciously allowed me to move a lot of his Lego characters and set up. How about you, Aaron? Where are you?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was actually just watching the live stream because my son's over at a convention center playing volleyball, and they just won their second match of the day. So I was kind of like watching in the background, and but really exciting. In fact, we got some people already. Happy Reggie Days from Amanda, and we've got Kingsbury Craft checking in. Good morning, Kingsbury Crafts. And Ramona says it's Reggie Day. Yeah, big day. We're excited. And thank you to Henry. I was giggling, Terry, because I remember years ago, Henry was on the outside of your bedroom door one day going, Papa, or whatever he called you. I can't remember.
Papa. Kicking the door rhythmically through the entire show. Yeah. When my son-in-law, he's now out of the Navy, but he was a naval officer when they both graduated from college. And so when he would go to sea, he was a nuclear missile submarine officer. And so when he would go to sea 3 to 4 months and then be home 3 to 4 months, Taylor, and at that time, one child and then two children would come and stay with Grandpa, and so, which was awesome for me. Yeah, but Henry would just lay on the floor and tap on the door. Papa, Papa.
How the tables have turned. All right. Well, Terry, normally we would have the news segment here, but we're still waiting for Marcia Derryberry to get fully back on her feet. Looks like things are really progressing forward for her. So I think 2006 will be great, and we'll have her back in, and we're getting all the stuff set up for 2006 already. Yes, I said it, Terry. So excited to continue the news program into 2006. But for right now, the big
news means 2026, but
thank you. Good grief! Wow, time travel, Terry.
It's time traveling. It did cross my mind. Are we really going back?
Maybe 2026. All right, 2026, right? Well, but the big news for today is we've got some Reggie winners coming up here. But we can't do that before we do the dad joke. So
exactly. Well, first of all, on Secret Sauce today, I'm going to be sharing the advantages and disadvantages of DTF printing. So stay tuned to the very end for that.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be great to get your papers and pencils and junior yellow legal pads, and going to be great. So thank you, Terry, for bringing that to us. We've got Rena Cooper checking in. She says, "Good morning. Excited for Reggie Day." But should we do the dad joke, Terry?
Yeah, and look at you, seasonal dad joke.
There we go.
Let's hear.
All right, Terry. Dad, did you know that Rudolph didn't learn to fly in school?
No, I did not know that. I assumed Rudolph learned to fly in school.
Yeah, everybody assumes that, but he was actually elf taught.
That's a good one.
Elf self. Thank you, Eric, for the banner there, Terry. So, yes, it is seasonal dad jokes. So, good groans. Yeah.
All right. All right. Before we dive in, we want to thank everybody for checking out the Two Regular Guys podcast. We need your voices. We would love to have the regulators participate in our show intros. So go to osg.link/intro, read a few sentences, be a part of every show. Don't be left out. We are always looking for new guests. So if you or anyone you know would like to join us in 2026, go to calendly.com/2, the number two, regular guys to book a future episode, or email us at info at tworegularguys.com with your show ideas. If you are listening to the podcast version of the show, we would appreciate you sharing the Two Regular Guys podcast with all of your industry friends so they can become regulators too. We would appreciate you giving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts. Wherever you do your podcast listening, we are there. And if you're watching us live, please join in with your comments, questions, congratulations, and all those things.
Absolutely. So in the comments, Terry, we've got some questions about who Reggie is.
Reggie is kind of compressed of the Two Regular Guys Awards. Reggie for Regular Guys.
Yep. And our regular listeners are called regulators, so it just all seemed to work. We were looking for it, and I'm sure Christine Shreve probably named it. She was very good at helping us in the early years get all that together. So yes, the Reggies come from regulators, and it's kind of the Oscars. Before we get our award winners in here, Terry, let's just, for anybody that's new to the show here, what the Reggies are all about is it is the industry awards where it's completely hands off, right? Like there's no group of people that decides on who gets to be voted on and like the secret ballot of, kind of people in the background. All we do here at Two Regular Guys is facilitate the process. So in October, we start off by putting a form out there and saying, hey, everybody put people into these categories, right? Let's nominate. And we spend a month kind of collecting all that. And once we have all that done, then we don't pick, but we go down the list, and anybody that's been nominated more than once, whoever the top 5 are in each category, we then put them into the voting. We do have an excellent show there in November where we actually read everybody that's been nominated. So make sure you go back and check that one out and see everybody that's nominated, because I think that's what it's really all about. That's the spirit of it, Terry, is to have an opportunity to really kind of just give kudos to those people that have done some work in the industry, that have helped people out. And, so the nomination show is a big deal, and we always make a big deal out of that. So we do that, and then we spend a month letting everybody vote. Again, Terry, Eric, and I have one nomination and one vote, just like everybody else. And so it's always exciting to see, like we had some categories shift right this last week. Some winners shift. So it's fun to see people out there, being that have been nominated, kind of sharing and getting people behind them and stuff like that. So,
but Aaron, at 8:00 last night, did anyone say, "Hey, can I still vote?"
No, I think 13 years in now, everybody's kind of figured that out. We that was early on. We definitely had. After the nominations were closed or after the voting was done, like, oh, I didn't get a chance to vote for my favorite person. It's like,
you've had 4 weeks.
We'll be back next year, right? So anyhow,
like your school project that you got a month to work on, and I still need to work on it. Can I get an extension?
Exactly. All right. Well, I think we've covered it, Terry. So let's, without further ado here, let's bring in, in fact, do you want to start us off with the first category?
Yeah, absolutely. The 2025 Fresh Impact Product Award. This category shines a light on products that have made a notable difference in our industry during the calendar year. To qualify, products should have hit the market within the last 3 years and have yet to be on the voting list in previous years. This award aims to acknowledge the fresh and influential contributions these new products bring to our field, showcasing innovation and progress. Last year's winner was Caesar's Compostable Pure HT, which was very entertaining when they got their award, telling us how they developed that product. This year, Epson G6070 DTF printer, the Kraken from American Print and Supply, 3D Puff Foam from SPSI, and Madeira's Sensa Green Sustainable Lyocell Thread. I think I said that
I
correctly.
think you did. Yeah.
The winner is the Kraken from American Print and Supply.
All right. Well, let's bring in the guys from American Print and Supply, including Luna. It looks like there, and Luna was nominated as well for one of the categories. So welcome, Luna, and we've got Rob and Sean with us here. So Terry, we've got some questions for him. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with what does winning the REGGIE Award mean to you? Rob, you want to share?
Yeah. Well, now that we know what REGGIE is not a person and it's regulators, it's a great honor. It's really important to us, to get out there in the industry and make an impact. We're not just selling boxes, right? We're trying to sell solutions and relationships. So for the number one thing for us is building those bonds, helping support small business and personal growth, and provide for your family. So I think that's what this is really all about. And so I think for me, the number one thing is building products and solutions that enable that. And I can never be prouder to have a nomination here. And then we ultimately took the win in this category. So super excited about the Kraken, and thanks for everyone that voted.
Awesome. We felt bad disqualifying Luna because it was the under 40 category, and then when we counted in dog years, Luna didn't make the cut.
She's already won every month, Employee of the Month. She's honored on the wall at the shop. Don't worry about it. She's good. She's good.
Well, I was going to petition for 2026 that we need to have an industry furry friend award, and
that's not a bad idea.
I'm just going to be a runner on that.
There are lots of shop dogs and cats and pets out there, so I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that is a good note there for sure. All right, guys. So we're coming into another new year here. Sean, start us off with this, and Rob, I want to get your take on this too. But what's one thing in the industry that you guys are hoping to see in 2026?
I mean, we've really been pushing the envelope on the expanded gamut. That's been kind of our push, and trying to drive the industry to understanding color on a higher level. So what we're looking at moving forward is we're at 9 color, looking to go to 13 really is going to be the next step, adding fluorescence and, light cyan, light magenta, light black, photo black, things like that to help with gradients, flesh tones, and poppy colors, things like that. Just the continuing growth into expanded gamut is really where my head's at.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, color accuracy, right? And then, obviously the easy tropes are the hand feel and things like that. But I think we've got that pretty well dialed. We're continuing to push the boundaries there. But for us, it's all about the color accuracy, but also commercial grade equipment and reducing the operator overhead. So now we're getting more output per machine at a higher level. So your profitability goes up. It's never been a better time to be a decorator in the digital space. So if you're sleeping on digital technologies, you need to get out there and invest in a technology right now, because this stuff's, it's really the frontier here that you want to be a part of.
And the other thing that I will mention is getting rid of bottlenecks. We create bottlenecks when we have a printer that's capable of 650 square feet an hour. We're creating carpal tunnel and scissors, right? So cutting things, cutting solutions, things of that nature. All of that is just, it's really fun to see and be a part of the growth in the industry.
Well, I'm going to steal that, Sean, poppy colors. We want more poppy colors. You have to do jazz hands when you say that.
Give the people what they want, Terry. Give them what they want.
All right, let's look back at 2025. What's the number one thing you learned about our industry, or something our listeners could use for their business? Rob, we'll start with you.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to highlight is, one of the bad things we see with, the advent of DTF and some other digital technologies is it was kind of a sea of misinformation out there, right? And disingenuous vendors selling equipment and solutions that aren't profitable, that are a maintenance nightmare. They don't have the service and support to back it up. And I think that's a really unfortunate thing. And that gives some of the digital technologies a bad name. But the good thing is, and what I look forward to going into the future, and with great podcasts such as the Two Regular Guys, is a sharing of information, a collection of like-minded individuals coming together to collaborate, support each other's businesses, and make each and every business that you interact with more profitable and a better solution. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. And 2025, we saw a lot of that. So I want to continue to push that envelope. Let's get more information out there. Let's support each other. Let's get the right information in your hands so you can make an informed decision. Stop selling solutions that aren't profitable, that hurt businesses. Because that's the number one thing that kills me is when I see a small business suffering because they bought the wrong solution. They were sold a fallacy, and unfortunately, it impacted their business.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. How about you, Sean?
I mean, on the service and support level, what we offer as far as a solution, a comprehensive solution, the exciting thing for me is being able to offer really from the ground up the technology and tools to enable our customers to get what they want. Because every customer is different, right? You want to have the tools and everything to offer to that customer that's going to best suit their needs as a customer. So we've come a long way, and we've put a lot of the technologies in place and everything. So being able to invent and be a part of the upward growth and being able to offer a comprehensive from the ground up solution is something I've always wanted. Aaron, you can attest to that. For 20 years. Yep. I think I'm closer and we're closer as a company as I've ever been. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. Love working with guys like you, Terry and Aaron. We are very like-minded in that we want to know where we're going and we want to know how to get there. And if we get the brain trust together and talk it through, we can generally get there, right? So
yeah, love it.
Awesome.
All right. Well, congratulations, boys. Good job. And the Kraken has been released. And so
for the life of me, I thought you were talking about high-end rum, man.
We can talk about that too, Terry. That's later. All right. That's the after hours party. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. And congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Aaron, you want to share the next category with us?
Absolutely. So the next category is the Customer Care Spotlight Award. And this category is all about recognizing company and maybe specific individuals within that company who show exceptional customer service in our industry. It's about spotlighting those who go the extra mile to ensure customers are satisfied. And the award is to highlight the importance of a customer-focused approach and celebrates the companies and individuals who embody this principle in their daily operations. Last year's winner was Joseph Eric from the Magic Touch. This year, we voted on Liz Beavers, for the embroidery specialist at SPSI, Lane 7's Morgan Malone, Angie Meese from UX Print, Roy and Dave over at Equipment Zone, and then Keith, Jay, and Sean from American Print and Supply. So this year's winner, Terry, was Keith, Jay, and Sean from American Print and Supply. So congratulations to them. I believe we've got Sean still hanging out there. So let's get Sean in here. Sean.
Rob's out walking the dog, but
did Luna have to go to the restroom? But dude, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff, and really excited about the recognition that you and the team there. So talk to us about what this particular award means for the team. Speaking for Jay and speaking for Jay and Keith as well. And so, yeah, Sean, what does this mean to you guys?
Yeah, I think you know as well as I do that this is one that I hold pretty highly. I mean, we definitely go above and beyond and do everything we can to service and support our customers. I mean, Keith definitely deserves pat on the back and honorable mention because I think social media channels is probably how this got done, and he's a monster on social media, taking care of people that aren't even our customers. So the culture in this company is we're talking about partnerships and helping people grow their business. We hold that very high. I definitely moved to Peoria from Arizona to Peoria, Illinois because Rob Super is very like-minded in that. We want to absolutely support our customers at the highest level. As you know, word of mouth is still the most powerful marketing tool. Facebook and everything aside, you got somebody that's truly satisfied with the level of service and support that they've received, and they tell somebody that they know that, the confidence that comes with that is huge. So I hold this one very, very high, and I'm honored. I know Jay and Keith definitely deserve a huge pat on the back because they do behind the scenes as much, if not more than I do. So we're obviously very honored, and this is one that we really are going to pat ourselves on the back a little bit here because we do all the grinding and all the work and are here for our customers. So love the recognition, appreciate the nomination, and everyone that voted. Believe me, this one had my hair standing up a little bit.
First of all, I'm not going to see any flights from Phoenix anymore going to trade shows.
Yeah, I mean, we did used to fly together often, right?
Exactly right. Everybody in the industry from Phoenix, that we would always be on the same flights, so all whole week. But what do you think about the future? What do you expect to see in the coming year in the industry?
Yeah,
that's kind of an left field question for you. So.
I think it's going to be I don't want to say a thinning of the herd necessarily, but I think a lot of the smoke in the mirrors and the, used car salesmen aren't going to fare as well moving into 26 when you have people that are truly servicing and supporting their customers at a high level. You're going to see a little more loyalty from customers. And I think people are going to grow right. And that's the most important thing. If you grow right, you don't lose sleep at night. And I think we're doing our very best to enable that. And I think that's kind of global. I'm seeing that a lot throughout the industry. A lot of people that didn't have the greatest reputations are working very hard to fix that. And that's great. That means honesty, and honesty is how we all move forward amicably, right? So
yeah, absolutely. All right, Sean, before we let you get out of here, we always like to give our listeners a tip, right? What's something that they could do in their business, right? You're out there taking care of your customers. Obviously to take care of the customers, there's got to be some challenges that they're trying to overcome. What's your number one tip for folks?
I mean, my number one tip really is lean in. Do what it gets you excited. Sell into the market that you get most jazzed up about. I'm a big hockey fan, and I promise you I can go out and sell a lot of hockey players a lot of stuff. Am I going to do really well in the spirit and cheer section? Probably not as well as some other people would, right? So lean into those things that excite you, because that's what you're going to lean in furthest to, right? What are you going to put the most energy into? Something you're really jazzed about. Find that thing, hook onto it, and put your whole ass into it. Don't half-ass anything. Sorry, I told you you'd have to beep at some point.
I love that. Sell what you know.
Yeah, good stuff, Sean. Thank you. All right, man.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, and we will talk to you guys soon.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Sean. Awesome.
Very
All
cool.
right. So let's go to the next category, 2025 Industry Education Excellence Award. This category recognizes the best teacher or online education source that helps people learn in our industry, or helped people learn in our industry in 2025. We're still in 2025. It's for those who love to teach and share knowledge, not sell through these talks or posts. The award is open to amazing teachers and online spots like podcasts, blogs, video channels, virtual events, and training sessions that make learning fun and easy. Last year's winner was our good friend Jay Bassell. This year's nominees, Kim Johnson from Paisley Joe Designs, David Haynes from Corel Trainer, Aaron Montgomery from our Success Group, and two regular guys, the number two, and Dave Connor from Stalls. This year's winner is our own Aaron Montgomery. Congratulations, Aaron.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Really excited to win. Man, I'll tell you, I voted for David. And maybe voted for Kim too. I don't know. I think I asked my wife to vote for Kim. So I was there with some great educators, and I can't believe that I won. So I appreciate all the nominations and all the votes.
Well, let me ask you a couple of questions. What does winning the REGGIE Award mean to you?
Yeah, it's funny. We get these questions together for the other folks, and I'm like, I just started thinking, oh crap, I've got to figure out what,
I,
what I'm going
I
to
didn't
answer.
prepare anything.
Yeah.
But somehow I feel you're prepared. Go ahead.
I am. Terry, I'll tell you, it means a lot. We in the description there, it talks about, not selling, right? Like, I think I'm such a terrible salesman that's why I don't sell in my classes and that type of thing. But to me, it's just so amazing to watch people kind of have light bulbs go on. A lot of the stuff that I teach and talk about it is typically a different way of thinking. I call it an uncommon mindset. And so sometimes I'm going against the grain, right? And I'm talking a lot of mindset stuff and a lot of things that, so I guess what it means to me to win this, Terry, it means that the hard work of just keep grinding away at, okay, I get it, right? You want to know about the thing. I know you can already do the thing. So let's get your head right. Let's get the plan right, and everything else will take care of itself. And so I think that's what it means to me, Terry, is just that kind of validation of the work I've been doing over the last 5-6 years on this.
Yeah. Well, in a few weeks, we're going to be doing a show talking about what we want to see in 2026. Aaron, give us a sampling. What would you like to see in 2026?
Yeah, I certainly appreciate very much what Rob had said earlier, right? Like, again, we are in a really great time in our industry. Just looking back, like, for example, to Printing United, just all the sharing. I think we're kind of getting beyond that whole, heavy competition, hold everything close to the vest, that we've got all these trade secrets, right? Like, your special sauce is you, right? And so there's no secret. And so I think the fact of the matter is that what I'm really looking forward to seeing is just that continued collaboration, right? Let's not have the popular kids table. Let's invite everybody to the table. And, I think if we can make everybody better at doing what we do, it helps the entire industry. And I really do believe that a rising tide lifts all boats, Terry.
Awesome. Well, so you've had a lot of changes in 2025.
Yeah.
Tell us one thing you learned about the industry, or I know you always have advice, something our listeners can use for their business. I know.
Wow, Terry, I didn't know you knew that about me.
I'm not prepared, but here, let me go.
Yeah. Man, yeah, you're right. And I think what I would say is it comes from all the changes, right? Actually, the shirt that I'm wearing today, it says, "Let go, let God." And I think that's what I learned the most in 2025, right? Is I stopped trying to control everything. I stopped trying to say it should be this way, or this is the way this thing's supposed to look. And just, I think if we stop fretting so much and start being open to opportunities, that's when they start flooding in. And I think that's really important for all of us to do. We're so focused on that end result and that goal that we've got. And trust me, I love setting a goal. But I think what we need to do is probably say, okay, here's our goal. Let that be our North Star. And then focus on the process, right? What can I do to get better each and every day? And once you let go of the results, I think they become a byproduct as opposed to the actual focus. So I think that's what I learned, and I think that's what I'd love to pass on to everybody else is just let it go. It's going to be okay. Let's keep moving forward.
I love that. Well, put your podcast hat back on, and let's go to the next category. Congratulations.
Yeah, let's do it. Gonna get back to the right place on the outline here, Terry. Wow. All right. So the next category here, Terry, is the 2025 Decorators Hub Trade Show Award. And the category is all about honoring an in-person event that significantly benefited, educated, and fostered networking within the decorators community. It's about applauding the event that offered a robust platform for learning, connecting, and growing together. Through this award, we seek to acknowledge the hard work and dedication that goes into organizing a trade show that truly serves and uplifts our industry's community. And last year's winner was the Printing United show in Las Vegas. This year, we got to vote on the Shirt Lab program, and they have multiple throughout the year. Applique Getaway, which is Terry's favorite name for a trade show. And then
never been there, but love the name.
Yeah, that's right. Impressions Expo in Long Beach, and then the Printing United Expo in Orlando with nomination around the apparel zone, obviously, for the Decorators community here. So, Terry, this year's winner is the Printing United Expo in Orlando. So let's welcome in Chris Curran to accept the award. Hey, Chris, congratulations.
Thanks for having us, and thank you for the award. That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool. All that hard work, paying off here for you guys. I love it. So, Chris, I want to ask the same questions that we've kind of been asking everybody here. What does this mean for you guys? Obviously, 2 years in a row here winning this award, but what does winning a REGGIE Award mean for the Printing United Expo?
Yeah, does my smile say anything about how excited we are to win those back-to-back years? I mean, it's just awesome. There's nothing more, I think, satisfying for anybody when you put your heart and soul into something and you listen really carefully and you build plans, you make huge investments. I like to say that we've invested millions of dollars, but people think that I'm joking. We haven't. I mean, we have invested millions of dollars into this community and across the expo, hiring the right people, building the right platforms. The apparel zone is one of the things we invest in. Then to be recognized for that, it really means a lot. It goes straight to the core of the mission of what we're trying to accomplish at the Apparelist, but also at the Alliance as a whole.
Yeah, awesome. Amazing.
You guys took about 36 hours off, I think, after the last show and started planning the next one, right? So what's one thing you hope to see, or maybe a little inside baseball about what's going to happen in 2026?
Yeah, I think what we want to do is continue to see more of the good stuff, right? And, Aaron, it's funny, you mentioned sharing, right? I think one of the best things is, just looking and searching for inspiration for new ideas, right? I mean, I think what we've created here with Printing United is like the ultimate user group, where there's no silos, there's a lot of sharing. It's not about keeping secrets, it's about promoting success. And that's what I want to see more of, right? And so when we're doing the micro events, the macro events, building the community newsletter through the Apparelist and doing webinars and things like that, let's just see more of it, right? And if we can help inspire that or create the platforms that are necessary, let's keep it up. I'm just so thrilled with what we've been able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, amazing. Chris, the other thing that we want to hear and learn about from you guys is what were the learning experiences from 2025, right? And is there anything that our listeners can take from that learning experience?
Yeah, across not just the apparel segment, but also several others. And I think what you see in the manifestation of all of the print segments at the expo, there is so much more that we have in common than there are differences amongst all the different print segments. Yep. I think many people, really got inspired when they walk into a show and they're an apparel decorator, and then all of a sudden they see promotional products that their customers are buying from other vendors potentially. And I think you start to see, those kinds of common threads, and you get jazzed about the opportunities of the things that really well that probably translate into other parts of the entire printing industry that you could also be good at by using that knowledge. But you wouldn't know it if you didn't get exposed to it at a place like the expo. Yeah. I got my start in printing in my first commercial job was actually T-shirts for my dad's fraternity, right? So coming from that and then getting into commercial and getting into label, like this transition across multiple segments of the industry might come naturally for me, but I use universal languages in color, in substrates, in ink technology and things like that to be able to go back and forward. But I think the ultimate end user of print is kind of what drives all of us. I mean, think back to when you last handed a job over to somebody and like you just see the smile on their face and the joy that it brings them. Like that's the craft that we all belong to. And it's the same thing if you're delivering notepads or a promotional product or a piece of apparel. And I think those are the kind of things that I continue to look forward to. Because what we're sharing that joy with so many different people in other segments. I just want to see more of it. I mean, I want to help businesses grow. And our team, Brandy, Cassie, Allie, are doing such a great job in the segments that we try to share all this information in. Whatever I can do to keep it going is going to be great.
Awesome. Wow. Super cool. Very exciting stuff, and well-deserved award, you guys. So, Chris, congratulations to you and the entire team over there. In fact, Kim Johnson says Apparel Zone is the best, and as garment decorators, we would agree with that.
All right, a little insider baseball then. It's going to be bigger and better next year.
Awesome. We're looking forward to that.
We did get the insider tear. That's great. Chris, congratulations once again.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And thank you to the whole community.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. The next award, the 2025 Rising Star Award. This award seeks to highlight an individual under 40 who is making waves in our industry. Sorry, Luna, about the whole dog ears thing. The nominee should embody the essence of excellence in garment and product decoration, showcasing creativity, skill, and a positive impact in the field. Before making a nomination, we ask that you please ensure that the person you nominate is under 40. And this is about fresh perspectives brought forth by the emerging talents in our industry. Last year's winner was Kylie Salva of Couture Creations. This year's nominees, Davis Slagle from B Graphics, Patrick Ali from Caesar North America, Sam Lapsevic of Branded Threads, Rob Super from America Print and Supply, and Reese Barber from Chipley. The winner this year is Rob Super from American Print and Supply.
All right, let's get Rob in here. And hello, Rob. Congratulations. Rising Star Award. You beat out Luna because she was disqualified. But Terry, what we've asked Rob some questions already, but let's ask him about this.
Yeah, Rob, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I've told many people that once I go into witness protection, I'm taking your name. That's the greatest name ever, Rob Super. But
well, I'll be honored, Terry. So you can have it. All right, and then I can look you up. Yeah.
But so it's you've made quite an impact on the industry, obviously, from the awards that your company's already received. How has that been at your pre-40 years old to build a company like you have? What that experience been like for you?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I don't think I deserve the credit here. I'm just a hardworking farm boy from the country here that wants to do new and interesting things and always push the boundaries and entrepreneurial at heart. But really, it's the team around me, and you can see that by the fact that my service team won the award, this year. So thank you for everyone that voted for them. They truly do deserve it. I've seen these guys 9:30 at night on a Tuesday taking care of customers. That's just the kind of people they are, and that ethos echoes through the entire company because we truly do care about the end user. We don't always get it right, but I can guarantee you we'll do everything we can to make it right with you. So that's really kind of where we're at. So it's the team. And then, of course, my family, my parents have been very supportive of me. I don't think if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to, work the crazy hours that I do and just go all in on the business. So, I'm very grateful for their support. And, of course, Luna. And shout out to me novia, Myra, as well, for all the support and let me do the crazy things that I get to do to get us here today. So, very proud and honored to win this, and really great competition and names on there, and very exciting to see next year and what's coming in 2026.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations once again, Rob. So we've already asked you about what you're thinking about seeing in 2026 here, but David Haynes from CorelTrainer.com had a pretty good question earlier that I wanted to get back to, Eric, if we can. He says, Rob, what's your current thoughts about the general direction of industry trade shows, some being smaller and some getting bigger?
Yeah, great question. I love that. And that's, something I wouldn't say I'm a trade show old salt, right? I've only been doing them a handful of years, compared to, you, Aaron, and Terry and Sean sitting here in my office. I don't have a ton of trade show experience, but in the short time I've been both an attendee and an exhibitor, I have seen kind of a shift, and obviously COVID is an easy culprit of that, right? We can point to that and say that was kind of the death of the traditional trade show. But I think what we're seeing is the smaller shows, in a way, are actually more intimate and more seat time with the customer. And I think if you have a message of trying to bond one-on-one and, like we call them, partners, if you're really leaning into that, I believe that you're going to do very successful at those small shows. Then, of course, we have the big shows like Printing United and, of course, the Parazone, which, got my vote. That was tremendous this year. It was an absolutely phenomenal event. I don't think I caught a breath the entire time. We were there in the corner of that peril zone. Fantastic turnout. They did a great job bringing the crowd. So I think when you kind of look at those two dynamics, both have their positives if they lean into it more. So I really love the small shows for the more intimate feeling. You direct interactions with the customers. I think they're not just, feeling the pressure of a big show, running around, have to look at everything. So there's that aspect of it. And then the big shows, really drawing the crowd out and getting that excitement. That was the first time I had felt that in a few years, where there was just a lot of buzz this year in Orlando. Yeah. And it really was energetic. So I think if you don't find the sweet spot in that, those, kind of middle tier shows are struggling, and we've had some frustrations with that, and hopefully we can turn it around. I think, one thing we're leaning into is doing open houses and trying to bring the customer to us and really, connect even more on a one-on-one level, collaborating with, peers in the industry, other companies, bringing more groups of people in and really leaning into that. So that's kind of where we're headed in 2026.
Love it. Thank you, Rob. Brandy earlier said that Luna was robbed, R-O-B, apostrophe. I just wanted to make sure that was out there into the podcast world as well. That was very good, Brandy. There we go. Thank you, Eric. All right, Rob, one last question before we let you get out of here. We talked a little bit about, kind of what was learned, but for people that are, you've been somewhat newer, especially the trade show and stuff like that, what piece of advice would you give somebody that's maybe a little bit newer into the space? How have you kind of navigated to this point?
Yeah. Let me understand the framework of that question, Aaron. As a business owner, or more as somebody looking to get into digital technology, or what? I guess what do you?
Yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards just a business owner, somebody getting, you came into the space, obviously background. I know your story from the e-commerce and stuff like that, but you've also then gone headfirst into the digital space here, and kind of. I wouldn't say created a seat at the table, but maybe that's the way to put it, right? So, just as somebody newer to the space, how have you kind of navigated that as a business owner?
Yeah. Well, several different things, right? And I think first and foremost is you don't have to always go all in on something. And so for me, I was, I had a full-time corporate job for a number of years that I had a side hustle. I was doing the e-commerce stuff. Then I started American Print on Demand, and we were doing the cut and sew. The whole entire time I had a full-time job, and I was traveling, 50% of the time, both domestically and internationally. But that enabled me to take risks and, not be, hey, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be out on the street type thing. So obviously that doesn't suit everyone and every need, but I think that was a really important thing. I learned a lot, and I had a lot of mistakes in those early days, where I got that out of the system and I could afford to do so, right? I wasn't going to be like, oh, I got closed doors, and then what am I going to do? So getting that, seat time, trying things out. I think the other thing too is bumping into the right people was the number one thing that propelled me forward. I ended up, making some connections with some people that were very knowledgeable about stuff I didn't really know about, which dye sublimation cut and sew is a very obscure, hard thing. Ran into people that were very supportive, a great partner and a vendor. And that's something you should be looking for. You can't do everything. That's one thing I fell into. I tried to do too much at certain times, and I wanted to be the master of everything. You got to focus on specific things from time to time, but finding the right partner to support you. And that really elevated me to the next level, making those connections, and also getting out there and spending seat time with people, just talking, learning from people. walking various trade shows. I've learned a lot from different things, just going and observing, and you pick up ideas that are from a completely different industry that you're like, oh, okay, I can maybe apply this here. Those have all been keys to success. But on top of that, you got to get a team and you got to put them first, right? So you can't it's really hard to build a business like we have here without a great team around you. And so whatever I do, I always try to put them first and support them in any way I can. And, I think that really helps build the culture from the bottom up and, carries through to the customer.
Love it. Thank you, Rob. What a great answer. So congratulations, Rob. And congratulations to Luna on, is it official that she won December 2025 as the employee of the month again?
I think the voting's still ongoing, but she's got a commanding lead right now. So I just don't know how anybody's gonna, clip that, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Congratulations, Rob. Great job.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone that came out.
Awesome. All right, Terry, you ready to head on to the next category here?
Let's do. You're up, I believe. Yeah.
All right, 2025 Women's Voice Award. It's all about celebrating a person who's working hard to spotlight the roles and achievement of women in our industry. It's for someone who is making a big difference in raising awareness and boosting the profile of women in the garment decorating field. Through this award, we aim to say a big thank you and cheer on the ongoing efforts to create a more inclusive and inspiring industry for everyone. Last year's winner was Adrienne Palmer. This year, we got to vote on Teresa Hegel from ASI, Nicole Pape, who's the CEO of Embellisher, Lisbeth Lyons-Black from the Women in Print Alliance over there at Printing United, and Cassie Green from the Apparelist. And this year's winner, Terry, is Cassie Green from the Apparelist.
Awesome. Well deserved. And
congratulations, Cassie. Now, Cassie could not make it live, but she was adamant about the fact, and I sent out emails last night about 5:30 p.m. So between last night at 5:30 and now, she recorded a video for us and got it over to us, and wanted to be able to accept this award on the show here today. So, Terry, if you are ready, we can hear from Cassie here real quick.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Thanks, Cassie. Let's hear it.
Hello, regulators. Cassie Green here. I'm so sorry I could not join you live and in person, but I wanted to take a few moments to just say thank you. Thank you to this amazing community. Without you, Apparelist would not be what it is, and I am so blessed and honored to be a part of it. Being nominated for this REGGIE alone was a total surprise and complete honor. People like Nicole Pape, Lisbeth Lyons, and Teresa Hegel are all doing amazing things in this industry. So winning this award, it means so much. It's hard to even put it into words. So thank you so much for believing in me, for believing in what Apparelist does, and for being a part of our community. Aaron and Terry, I always like to ask everybody a couple of questions. One is, what am I most looking forward to in 2026? I just think that I'm most excited about all of the growth and continuing to see this industry push the envelope. So many cool things are happening in the industry right now with print on demand and AI and screen printing technology and embroidery and sustainability. Oh my gosh. So I can't wait to see where we make real progress in those areas. Looking back at 2025, I just have to say the number one takeaway is just shock and awe at how all of you continued to persevere through a really challenging year. And it was truly cool to see how everybody turned out at all of the in-person events this year, especially Printing United Expo, to prove that you are willing to fight for your businesses. So kudos to all of you. Thanks, Aaron, Terry, and Eric, for always being a good voice in the industry. And I hope everybody has a really happy and wonderful holiday season.
Congratulations, Cassie. Appreciate you taking the time to record that. I know she's got a big thing going on with her kids, and she texted me last night and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't make it." I was like, "Cassie, you know us, family first, totally good. We can talk to you later." And she's like, "No, I'm going to record something." All right. Thank you, Cassie. So congratulations to Cassie, and congratulations to, like she said, what a great list of people on there. I think there's only one name on there that I haven't actually met personally yet, so I'm gonna have to make that change. So, all right, Terry, you ready for the next category?
I am. The next category is the 2025 Two Regular Guys Podcast Guest Star Award. This award is all about appreciating the guest who not only shared a wealth of information that was a game changer for your business, but also kept you entertained on the Two Regular Guys podcast. It's for the guest whose insights and engaging demeanor made a lasting positive impression, helping to blend valuable learning with enjoyment. Last year's winner was Dane Clement from, well, I think last year he might have been daneclement.com or greatdanegraphics.com. And nominees this year, Jay Bassell from the Branded Merch Network, Dane Clement from now Stalls, Johnny Shell, and Kylene Montgomery. The winner is, again, Dane Clement with Stalls.
Yeah, so congratulations to Dane. Unfortunately, Terry, Dane could not make it live with us here today. I've been texting with him, and yeah, he's like, man, I can't make it. I'm just packed. So he won't tell me yet, but I will get it out of him. But they are working on some really cool stuff over there at Stalls. So congratulations to Dane, and we appreciate him being not only a guest and a great guest sharing really great information, but he's also kind of become a stalwart for us of being our official art guy. So
exactly. So we will congratulate him again the next time he's on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Dane. All right, Terry. Well, let's wrap this up. Let's put a bow on this thing and get to our final category. You ready for that?
I am.
Awesome. All right. Well, this one, and Terry, we still haven't, maybe I haven't figured it out, but this is kind of like our Best Picture award, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
right?
The last award of the season, the big
yeah. So the big one, right? So this is the 2025 Best Ambassador for the industry. It's really to recognize someone who represents our industry, both inside of the industry and what they're doing in a broader sense, and exemplifies all the positive aspects of garment and product decorating. Last year, our winner was Cassie Green, and this year we got to vote on Brett Bowden. Mr. Terry Combs, I was on that list as well. Dave Connor from Stalls, and Jed Seifert. And this year's winner, Terry, is Jed Seifert. So let's get Jed in here. Congratulations, Jed. And hello, sir. I know you're driving, and I know you've been waiting for a bit here, but congratulations on winning the Best Ambassador REGGIE Award.
Thank you very much. It's an honor. I'm humbled to be recognized by the industry, be on a list with illustrious gentlemen like you guys. So no, it's a real honor, and really excited and appreciate the support from the community.
Love it. Well, you're driving through the mountains, and we can still hear you just fine. So you might be getting some feedback on your end. But Jed, so what does this award mean to you?
It means the world. Anytime your peers recognize you for your efforts, there's really no better recognition, right? They're the ones who see you in the trenches. They see what you're doing, and to feel that was worth recognizing is, I don't know, it's a super cool feeling. It warms my heart.
Love it.
Jed, I always love seeing you on panels. You always have such great information that you share, and in a fun way. And so we're coming into the new year. What's one thing in the industry you hope to see in 2026?
I'm going to be selfish here and do a little plug. I've been talking about my new book that I co-authored with Marshall Atkinson, Patrick Bardsley, and Tim Howe and Vince Bartozzi, Inclusivity. It's a how-to implementation guide for disability inclusion, and really goes over all the benefits. I've been talking about this book for quite some time. We ended up delaying it about a year, but it's finally done. And I truly believe this book is going to be the catalyst for really accomplishing the goal that we set out to do, which is truly change this industry.
Love it. Yeah. You guys have worked really hard on that, and as Terry mentioned, you're always out there sharing such good information. We kind of teased before the show got started. If there's employees out there, just you gotta go to Jed, find this out, and now there's a book.
Your mind.
We can go to. In fact, Eric has put the link to that in the comments there. So it's inclusivity, as Jed mentioned, .com. So check that out. All right. So, Jed, in 2025, what was a learning experience that you had, and how might our listeners maybe utilize that going forward?
I think that for us, it's really leaning into your value proposition as a company, right? I think too many people try to wear too many hats, right? There's companies that print out of Mexico and then ship the products over the border. I'm never going to beat them in pricing, so I
Yeah.
can't get in the race to the bottom on pricing. I have to have my own value proposition. For us, it's premium product, premium partnership, premium speed, premium services, and differentiators that make what we do different than everybody else. And I think that realizing that we never were going to win the race to the bottom and we really had to focus on our core competencies and kind of lean in what we do best, I think was really what took our business to the next level.
Awesome. Amazing. What great advice, Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. Jed, we love everything you do, and certainly Aaron and I both appreciate you being a good friend, and congratulations on this award, well deserved.
Well, you guys have always been so supportive. It's pretty incredible, and the momentum's real. I'm actually coming back from Reno, where I was out visiting with Frank Myers, the CEO of S&S, and he's sitting at dinner telling me that he's about to launch a disability inclusion program because Dan Frank from Silver Screen talked to him about it, and Dan Frank warmed my heart because about a month ago he came to me and said, "Hey, Jed, I launched this program a year ago because I heard you speak, and now I have 3 employees, and one of them just got her own apartment and got her own independence." So,
Fantastic.
I'm not just speaking out into the abyss. People are taking notice. They're understanding that there's an incredible talent out there that people should be looking for. Our top shipper out of 40, it has autism. Our top warehouse employee has autism. Same speed and accuracy KPIs as everybody else, right? So, 20% of the country has disabilities, yet 80% of them are unemployed. So I don't want to hear people complaining that they can't find employees when there's a pool of employees that is itching for an opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's been really incredible. And you guys have had me, I can't even count at this point. It's 3, 4 times, and
Yeah.
and you never get tired of hearing my message, and you never
Nope.
stop supporting it. And it really means the world to see this industry, you guys and the industry as a whole, coming together to really change the landscape and change people's lives, and have an industry that was behind the times in inclusion,
Yeah.
that I'm certain by the end of next year is going to be a trailblazer for other industries to follow. So
Love it.
it's really cool. This is a small community, and when we rally together, there's really not much we can't accomplish. So I also hope to shed light on other people's initiatives, right?
Yeah.
Helping disability inclusion is just one of them. There's companies out there that are doing great things for the environment, doing great things for homeless people. So I think if there's one thing I hope to spotlight next year, it's to help shed a light on everybody else so that the industry can rally around other causes and we can continue to make the industry a better place, the world a better place, and really just be, a wonderful community that's collaborating. I loved what you said earlier about, it doesn't have to be competition anymore, right? We can
Yeah.
really rally together as an industry, and I think we are. And with disability inclusion, it's been incredible. It's been humbling to see people actually listen to me, and people hear it, feel it, but more importantly, take action. And I think this book is going to help the people that want to do it but have been apprehensive have a step-by-step guide and kind of dismiss all the stigmas and preconceived notions, because companies that are inclusive are more profitable, more productive, have better culture, higher retention rates. So, the numbers don't lie. Thank you,
Love it.
gentlemen, for the award. Thank you for everything you do for the industry. It's pretty awesome.
Love it. Jed, thank you so much, man. We'll let you get off to the airport there, and appreciate you taking some time to jump on with us today. So safe travels.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Jed.
having me. And again, it's an honor to get this award.
Fantastic. Well deserved, and people are listening,
Yeah,
and that's why Jed is the outstanding ambassador of our industry. So
absolutely.
fantastic, a great way to
Absolutely.
wrap this show, Aaron.
Love it, man. Yeah, what a great show today, and thanks to everybody for being in and congratulating, and just really good stuff. But Terry, we've got secret sauce yet here still. So what? Why don't you start us off with what you've got coming up here first?
Yeah, I've got. I'm going to be doing an Equipment Zone webinar on DTF and DTF UV and using a cutter in the process to make you a little more efficient. That's going to be in January 2026. So details to come. And by the way, January 2026 is around the corner. Sorry to bring that up.
Yeah.
I'll be in the Equipment Zone booth at Impressions Expo in Long Beach, January 22nd through 25th. My complete screen printing course will be in Chicago at Atlas Screen Supply. My first class for 2026 will be March 21st and 22nd. You can sign up for that at atlasscreensupply.com and watch for all my upcoming events at terrycombs.com. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, Terry, love what you got happening there. So you guys, again, make sure you check out terrycombs.com. For me, Terry, I'm still having some great conversations about a program that I've got out there called the Business Builder Accelerator. I am accepting 13 business owners to join this 12-week experience that's really designed to take the overwhelm we have in our business and turn it into clarity and kind of build a business that we love. And so it's all about having kind of a foundation to our business, all based on our strengths, values, and passions. It is a way that we're going to take the content of my book, The Fundamentals of Business Success, and turn that into a usable 12-week program. So I'm really excited about that. I've already got over half of the slots filled up. So if that is something that you just want to talk about, just see if it could be something that could help you out, right? No strings attached, no pressure, none of that. Just go to osg.link/builder and hit the little free clarity chat button there. And let's have a talk. Let's have a chat about it and just see. As I mentioned before, I'm a terrible salesperson, so I'm not going to sell you anything. I just want to see what's going on in your business and see if there's some things that I can do to be supportive of that. So that's the big thing that I've got happening right now, Terry. And then also every Saturday, I've got Small Business Saturdays, and it happens at noon Central Time. And so you can tune in at Live OSG. This week's discussion is going to be about the feedback that we get from the discussions we're already having, right? I actually take a email string from one of my mastermind members, and we pull out of it a ton of amazing feedback that could have been missed if you weren't looking for the patterns and the themes. So I'm really excited about this conversation that we're having tomorrow at noon Central Time, and get over to liveosg.com, which will take you to my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe and get notifications there. So that's what I've got happening. For Eric, Terry, we've got him. He will be presenting episode 239, line defining stitches in machine embroidery, part 2, the number 2. In this episode, Eric completes last week's discussion on ways we create lines and columns of stitches, from running bean and backstitch to specialties that we use to get thickness and texture, to the way we can manipulate the ever-present satin stitch. He'll discuss what we do when detail becomes too much, lines become too thin, and when the combination of line width and color selection can't be solved no matter how compromised. So definitely want to check that out over at ericcampbell.com. Just go to the Take Up tab at the top there, and you will see all the past episodes. Plus, you can then tune in live today at 2:30 Mountain Time, 4:30 Eastern Time, and you can get in there, join the show, share your thoughts, and be part of that conversation. And then as far as upcoming out and about, Eric will be teaching the Technique Toolkit. It's back at the Impressions Expo in Long Beach, which is coming much sooner than we realize. So we're going to join Eric and then his merry band of embroiderers. We got Joe Kramer, Justin Armenta, and Katie Wubin for a 4-in-1 workshop all about creating looks for B2B and commercial embroidery that rival retail and move beyond boring commodity work. So you can register over there at Impressions Expo, And once you're registering, Eric's got a link that he'll put in the comment, and it's in our show notes as well. But once you're there registering, use the code SPEAKER210, and that will get you 20% off the full conference passes. So that's what we've got coming up, Terry. How about some secret sauce? You ready to give us secret sauce here?
I'm ready with the sauce. Let's do it. All right. My secret sauce today is advantages and disadvantages of DTF printing. So let's start with some of the advantages of DTF. You can start small. Buy a good quality heat press and order custom transfers. You're in business. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of DTF transfer vendors near you. So now I'm not going to go into my good quality heat press rant right now, but if you plan to use a $300 heat press that you bought online, we can't be friends. So next is washability. The standard in the industry for other decoration methods is 50 washings with no degradation of the graphic. DTF far surpasses 50 washings with no impact on color, adhesion, stability. So, when I first saw DTF printers, I'm a screen printer, you all know, I assumed they wouldn't hold up in the wash. I was more than pleasantly surprised at how well they wash. Next, you can apply DTF transfers to almost any garment, whether it's 100% cotton, 100% polyester, and every fabric in between. Screen printers, like myself, hate 100% polyester because of dye bleeding into the ink, dye migration. Not an issue with DTF transfers. The bread and butter for screen printers is 1 and 2 and 3 color prints. In fact, many screen printers do not have the technical expertise to set up and print photo reproduction or even 6 and 7 color prints. So with DTF, there is no limit to the number of colors you can use. So let's talk about a few of the disadvantages of DTF. Number 1, not everybody loves DTF on a t-shirt. It's just a fact. There are things you can do to soften the print, but it still looks and feels like a transfer. Interestingly enough, end user customers have been much more accepting of this technology than current decorators have been. So the end user is often happier to use this product than we decorators who are selling the products. I've talked with screen printers who say they're planning to use screen printing for their original order and use DTF for the fill-ins. Stop right there. While consumers are generally good and with either technology, you can't mix and match. You'll spend your days answering the question, why did they look different? So it's not for screen printing fill-in. An interesting assumption out there in the industry is this. I'll start the DTF printer before I go home for the night, and I'll collect my printed roll of film in the morning. In a perfect world, that works. But I don't know about you guys. I don't live and work in a perfect world. While you can walk away from a DTF printer in production, you still need to monitor for any issues during the process. If you believe you can let the printer run through the night, you'll probably have some disappointing mornings. So there's a lot to consider when bringing on a new technology like DTF transfers. But know this, DTF isn't going anywhere. It's just a matter of when you're ready to jump in. That's my secret sauce for today.
Awesome, Terry. What a great secret sauce. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. I didn't know you didn't live in a perfect world. The way you make it seem, you're in a perfect world all the time.
I know. I don't like to brag, but yeah.
All right.
Birds over there.
Well, we're well into bonus time here, but that was well worth the wait getting into bonus time for that secret sauce, Terry. So let's just close up here. Thanks to the entire industry, for everybody that came out, for everybody that nominated, for everybody that was nominated, for everybody that voted, and then a special congratulations to all of our winners today. It was great having a good chunk of them on and those conversations we got to have today, Terry.
Absolutely. We also want to thank our show producer, Eric Campbell, for everything he does and keeping these things rolling, especially when we have multiple guests. So thanks, Eric. We also want to thank my grandson, Henry, for letting me use his room, and my other grandkids that are here who have been really, really quiet for the last hour.
Yes.
So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Henry, and crew there. All right. Well, next week, Terry, we've got our annual planning show. Something that you and I always look forward to as planning geeks. So we also are going to have a little bit of a special announcement, something kind of new and cool coming to the industry. We won't give any more away for now, but tune in at the beginning of the show, and then after we get that special announcement made, then we will dive into the planning portion.
Awesome. Until then, I'm Terry Combs. He's Aaron Montgomery.
And that was the Two Regular Guys.
Here we go. We're out.
Awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Two Regular Guys. We're here because of listeners like you, and we're so grateful to have you on this journey with us. For more valuable insight, be sure to visit our website, 2regularguys.com, and join the conversation on our Facebook page. And hey, if you or someone you know has expertise, a unique perspective, or a story worth sharing, we'd love to have them as a guest on the show. Just reach out. Remember, success in this industry isn't just about the equipment you own or the techniques you've mastered. It's about the mindset you bring and the connections you build. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't be afraid to think differently. Keep pressing on, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Two Regular Guys.